Manchester City make Rico Lewis transfer decision after fresh Pep Guardiola talks. Rico Lewis had been offered a transfer to Nottingham Forest in the summer window and has now made up his mind after speaking to Manchester City boss Pep Guardiola. Rico Lewis is set to snub Nottingham Forest and sign a new contract with Manchester City. Forest had made an official approach to City for the versatile defender last week, but he has now decided to stay put. The 20-year-old defender came through the City Academy and has made 95 appearances for the club. He has been nurtured by Pep Guardiola, who has fielded him in a variety of positions and played 44 times last season. Forest tried to tempt the full-back by offering to double his wages at the City ground after signing his teammate James McAtee for £25 million. But Lewis said he was happy at City after playing in the 4-0 win over Wolves on the weekend, and the Daily Mail reports that he will pen fresh terms with the club. Lewis will sign a new 5-year deal to increase his wages and commit to a further 2 years. His decision was foreshadowed by Guardiola, who spoke to his defender after Forest's approach and said he was confident of keeping him after opening the campaign with a thumping win at Molineux. "I think he is going to stay." "I think," he said. "He told me that. But maybe tomorrow it changes." For example, for the case with Phil Foden, for Rico, for Nico O'Reilly, I have special sympathy because they were 16 or 17 years old when they arrived here and we were winning Premier Leagues. In his role, he is an extraordinary player, but he is so small. If he was taller, we'd say, "Oh, what a player." Today, I think he is going to stay, but I don't know what is going to happen. Forest's interest came after talks with City over a new deal stalled, and he was left out of the squad for the FA Cup final against Crystal Palace at the end of last season, but he made it clear after the Wolves game that he never really considered leaving. "For me, I've never ever seen myself at a different club," Lewis said. "I've always wanted to play for City. It's my dream club, and like you see today, when I'm playing with the kind of players that I'm playing with, it brings out the best in me, so I'm so happy everyone wants assurance and security, but at the end of the day, it's on me. It's on me to perform. It's on me to take the chances. If I take my own chances, I do it. If I don't, then I have to work and get better. Last season I played more than the season before. This season I want to play more than last season, so it's always the same goal, becoming an established player." City have not signed a right-back in the summer transfer window, and Lewis started there against Wolves before being replaced by Matheus Nunes. Manchester City's stance on Savinho to Tottenham transfer should be obvious. Manchester City have been approached by Tottenham over Savinho and hold most of the leverage when it comes to negotiations. Manchester City will sell pretty much any player in their squad, and Savinho is no exception. If the right offer arrives, and if the player wants to take it, the deal happens. That should be all the encouragement Tottenham need if they want to seal a deal for Savinho. The North London club have already approached City for their Brazilian winger and remain interested. From City's perspective though, selling to a rival in the same league has risks. Their track record is pretty good, but Cole Palmer remains a sore spot for the City bosses, and even if you are confident you are getting the best of the deal, you have to try and minimise damage. For that reason, if Savinho to Spurs is to happen, it cannot happen in time for this weekend. City host Tottenham at the Etihad on Saturday, and there is simply no point in the Blues opening themselves up to any chance of Savinho shrugging off his mystery injury to bag the winner for his new club. After that, Spurs can have him if they want, for a high price. Savinho may not have done like many of his teammates this summer and publicly pledged to stay, although in fairness, nobody ever assumed his future may be in doubt. City bridges to the point where he couldn't be instantly integrated back into the squad. Guardiola has defended him through all questions of Tottenham's interest, as he tends to do with his players. Looking at the negotiations, City have nearly all of the leverage. Savinho only joined last summer, so has 4 years left on his deal, and while his value has gone up, there is still room for it to grow. Despite Guardiola's praise and talk of the player's potential, his numbers in his first season in the Premier League were not much to write home about, so there is significant room for improvement as he matures. Even a fee of £60 million or £70 million could end up looking a bargain for Spurs if he develops as well as his manager believes he can. There's also the Harry Kane factor, when City basically wasted a summer pursuing the Tottenham striker amid conflicting messages from his camp and from Daniel Levy and didn't end up getting their man. In recent years, Tottenham have tried to get City ousted from the Champions League, and Levy decided weeks ago to moan about how long City's charges were taking to be announced in a televised interview. City have no reason to sell, so if Tottenham want him, then the right offer has to be an astronomical one. Maybe I'll extend. Pep Guardiola thrills Manchester City fans. With contract claim, Pep Guardiola has returned to Manchester City with energy and is not ruling out signing another contract extension. Pep Guardiola has told Manchester City fans exactly what they needed to hear about his future. With everyone else focused on when the coach will leave his job at the Etihad, Guardiola has suggested that he may well sign another contract extension instead. I have 2 more years. Maybe I'll extend 2 more years. So the question is, when I will stop in this year, or in 2 years, or in 4 years, I will take a break. But now I feel fine, I would say, he told Men in Blazers. The team is giving me good vibes, starting from the Club World Cup in the United States. There we created something. I saw something that I liked, that I missed last season. The training sessions, the body language, the details, arriving on time, the running backwards, how we defend throw-ins, stupid things that you realize the team is there. And that will help us to be, I think, more consistent than last season. Blues would obviously love it if Guardiola signed on for another 2 years and stayed until 2029. They are already delirious at their 10th season with the best manager in world football in charge of their team, so another 3 would take them into dreamland. But even if they only have 2 more years, or even 1 more year, and he leaves next summer, Guardiola is speaking like a man with his mojo back. He can't say when he will lose it again, but the manager has returned from his summer break with the fresh energy and purpose that has brought him so much success. It is normal for doubts over Guardiola's future to ramp up in the summer months. Even if it has been a successful year, the manager is so drained from everything he has put into making that happen that he can sound like he is done. Last season was especially curious